Hello everybody, welcome back. And today I'm going to be doing David Schumacher. I know some people call him David Shoemaker, but I'm going to be calling him David Schumacher. And I know I was supposed to upload part 2 of Yazana's 4, Slave to Mistresses Interrogation, and I will get to that. But I thought we'd take a little bit of a break. I know all I've been doing is break, but we'd look at David Schumacher. So, sorry, I had recorded some of this beforehand and my phone messed up really bad. So I was like, okay, let's do this all over again. But he is one of the first predators whom I had read the chat log for in its entirety. And I find his confidence entertaining. Even when Chris Hansen, the myth, the legend, Chris Handsome, is, I will say, just for the record, I don't care how old that man gets, like, he is handsome. Like, he's really handsome. But you can hate me, you can say what you need to say. Say what you need to say, honey. Say what you need to say, sis. But Chris Hansen is pretty handsome. Like, he's one of those people who get handsomer with age, in my opinion. You can hate him, you can think that he's a scam artist and everything, but that's just my opinion. I am going to say this right now. I'm going to be the most controversial person in TCaP ever. I would say I don't differ from people per se, but I'm just saying that some of my opinions are, I guess people would say, controversial in the TCaP community. But let's get back into it. With David Schumacher, I find his confidence very, very, very entertaining. Because even when Chris Hansen is reading his chat log, the stuff that he said verbatim, he is still trying to fight with him. He's still trying to argue and stuff. Like, dude, you got caught with your hand in the cookie jar. Like, you need to own up. Like, this man is reading off the stuff that you said verbatim. But yeah. Originally, he wasn't trying to take her to a birthday party. He was originally trying to take her to the block party, is what he said in his chat log. So, yeah. And another thing that I kind of want to show you guys. So when I was looking up the picture for this guy, all right? I was looking up the picture for this guy, and apparently I had to type in TCaP or To Catch a Predator. Before then, if I can get it, this, when I first typed in David Schumacher, let me try to move the mic. When I first typed in David Schumacher, it showed this, I guess, German, of course, like Schumacher is a German name, but it shows this German race car driver, and it's like, come on Google, get with the program. Why in the world would I be looking up David Schumacher, and why did you show me this relatively handsome young man? I don't know how old he is, but I hope I don't get caught by Chris Hansen, but he's a relatively handsome young man. Why would you show me this relatively handsome young man, probably a well-rounded, I don't even know what he does. I think he's a race car, from the looks of it, looks like a race car driver. This relatively handsome race car driver who's probably a well-rounded individual and beloved by the public. When I came here for David Schumacher, for this David Schumacher, can't you tell that I came here To Catch a Predator's David Schumacher? Come on, Google, get it together. What the heck? What is going on here? Well, what's wrong here? that looks like one of those those filtered hairstyles. Remember in like middle school how you would like do that little those photos where you can edit the photos and like put hairstyles on yourself, and I think Facebook had that for a time. That is really hilarious. What in the world? Okay, anyways, let's get into the video. And this video is brought to you by Zappleys. So yeah, let's get into it. That, and Chris does not know how much of an understatement that statement is. This man has a history. He's been arrested like 500 times. Like his brother, his father, like his whole family. It's just a family of freaking losers, man. Like, they've gotten arrested like 500 times. They're career criminals. And if I can look it up, I will show that video of David Schumacher's brother being arrested. Yeah, that's what he wanted to do in the chat.
All right, Rob, I don't know how you're going to handle it. This is our boy. And just so you know, the wildest thing he's ever
21.
done is run from the cops. He told us that he's ran before, so he's got rabid blood.
He's got rabid blood. I always found that funny. I don't know why nobody talks about that. Says he has rabid blood. Was it rabbit or ravid? Rapid even. I'm thinking they say he has rabid blood.
Did you bring greed?
Green. As in the color green.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. That's all. So you can ask, did you bring some green?
Did you bring the green?
Knock, knock.
Hey, come on in!
Come on, David. That was so rude. You just said knock, knock, and then came in. Come on. How would you feel if somebody walked up to your trailer and said knock, knock, and just came in? Rude, right? Come on, David. I know you've been arrested 500 times and you're a career criminal, but have some manners. Gosh, people these days.
No, we're gonna smoke some, though.
Did you bring some greed? What if she didn't ask Chris? What if she didn't ask Chris to clarify and she truly thought he meant greed? And she's just over there like, did you bring the greed? She probably would have been so confused. Okay.
Get some.
Hey, I just made some cookies, but I got chocolate on my shirt, so I'm just gonna change real fast. I'll be right out. You can try one of my cookies, they're so good.
Did you make them?
They are really
I
good.
made it myself.
At least he's not rude. You remember that predator with the camera? You obviously know who Kevin, Kevin was playing a practical joke, and he told him to come to a mansion and to bring a camera. You remember that guy? You remember how the decoy was nice enough to take time out of her busy schedule, being a little 13-year-old girl, or 15 or 14 or whatever, 12, to make him cookies. When I was that age, I couldn't even touch the oven, so she probably got burnt. She was probably got in trouble, probably got a finger wiggle from her parents, and this man, all he wanted to do was go upstairs and take pictures of her. But David Schumacher is different. He was like, did you make them? And she was like, yeah. And he's like, all right, I'll try one. Like, see, and people say that there are no honor among thieves. See? I will I was, David, I was a little skeptical when you came into the door, like a heathen. But now, my mind's starting to be changed.
I like chocolate chip.
Hey, why don't you have a seat right over there?
How you doing?
Good, how are you? What's happening?
Good.
Your hands up where I can see.
I can't catch my breath. Look at his face. Look at this man's face. Let's get a replay. Oh, no. Crap. Let's get a replay. Let's go back and do that in slow motion. Look at that. All right.
I like chocolate chip.
Hey, why don't you have a seat right over there?
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Watch his face.
What's happening?
Good.
Your hands up where I can see.
Look at his face. He has that face like, and who are you supposed to be? He has that. Who are you supposed to be? I think this is the last thing that he expected. I believe that he was thrown off course when he saw Chris Hansen. He, like he said, in his mind, he was like, I'm gonna get the girl and go to the party, dude. So I'm guessing that that's like when Chris Hansen said that line, I think. And given David's past, these are words that he has definitely heard before, just growing up, since he was a little boy. These are pretty familiar words, and and there's in his mind there's only one person who says that, who says, put your hands where I can see them. And that's a police officer. That face is priceless. That's one of the reasons why I like David Schumacher.
Did you tell me what's going on?
Your dad or something?
He thinks that, well, this is a bad situation, but, all I got to do is talk my way out
No, if that was her dad, you would have already been dead.
of this with the girl's dad. This should take a matter of minutes, and I'm out the door, and I'm back in my sister's car with her kids, and I'll go to my party without the girl.
So what are you doing in this?
One thing I will say, how come predators always ask, are you her dad? Like, no, if that was the dad, you would have long been dead. No, it is not her dad.
I asked the girl, did she want to go to the birthday party?
Who were you here to pick up? What's your date's name for the party?
Yeah, and like I said, originally, he didn't even talk about a birthday party. He talked about a block party. So, not something that you take, a girl of that age to.
B.
B. And how old is B?
B stands for Beatrice. The decoy's name was Beatrice, but he calls her B.
She didn't really tell me.
I need you to keep your hands up where I can see them.
Don't be scared, dude. I just got a cigarette.
He told Chris, this man sat here and said, don't be scared, dude. I just got a cigarette. Like, you can tell that he has a background, like a criminal background, because any other rational human being would be shaking in their boots. But this man pulled out a pack of cigarettes and tried to have a smoke with what he believed to be a police officer. Like, this man does not care. And I don't think that people really put that into perspective. Like, people really don't emphasize the fact that this man, he's a career criminal and he just does not care. Like, he is so unbothered by Chris Hansen that he pulls out a cigarette like he's just shooting the crap with a normal, average, everyday Joe. Like, you know, like he's on the porch having a conversation with one of his bros. And like, he's like, don't be scared, dude. I'm just getting out a cigarette. Like, come on. Like, people just don't emphasize that about him. He is just such a unique predator because he doesn't buckle down. He doesn't shiver in his boots. He's like, he pulls out a cigarette and tries to smoke.
Don't be scared, dude. Are you?
I'm not scared. Then it becomes clear to him that I'm not the father, so then he thinks I'm with law enforcement. And now he's starting to suspect
he thought that from the beginning, Chris.
Might be in a little more trouble, but he's...
I wonder what made him think that, Chris. Maybe it was the put your hands where I can see them twice. Like, come on. He thought that from the moment you started talking to him.
I don't think he can talk his way out of this.
You seem like law enforcement.
I don't think he's thinking that he can talk his way out of it. I think that he just doesn't care.
No law enforcement.
You do law enforcement, yeah.
I happen to know law enforcement when I see them.
You do. So you're an expert in this area.
Yeah, and that is another understatement. Holy crap. If I'm not too lazy, I'll put a link to where this guy, he reads, or you can just go on YouTube and look up David Schumacher chat log and everything, and there should be a whole saga. Like, that guy's life is so entertaining in a bad way. Like, the amount of trouble that he has already gotten into at 21 is wild. The amount of trouble that his parents, his family has gotten into is wild. It's actually pretty sad in my opinion. But I don't feel bad for him. It's just like having a father and a brother, like just a family that messed up. But that gives don't give this man any leeway. Because he's just as bad.
No, I'm just saying, you come off as law enforcement.
Really? So how old are you?
I'm 21.
21. Do you see an issue with a 21-year-old?
I wonder how old he is now.
Visit a 14-year-old
I didn't really know she was 14.
She told you.
We were in a role-playing chat room.
Have you ever given or got head? You need a teacher. Watch porno.
And?
You got porno.
I'm an adult.
Yes, but...
And he's like, I'm an adult. Like, okay, but she's not. She's obviously not. This man just came, that's a complete lie, by the way. He knew how old she was. But even if you did, like, even if that was a possibility and this man comes to you and says, okay, yeah, she was 14, and reads off the chat log of you talking to the girl, talking about intercourse and, you know, all of that stuff. And he's like, yeah, she's 14. And, you know, he's reading it off and you're just like, and? That's not going to help your case in any capacity. Like, if they showed this back in court, a judge could be like, yeah, he showed no remorse. Yeah, like, I don't know.
The girl you were talking to was not.
Well, I didn't know that, dude.
And
He
your
knew.
poor sister's waiting outside with 2 babies in the car?
Yeah. So
Because you had to come over here and have sex with a 14-year-old.
I didn't come over here to have sex.
Why would you put that...
No, he didn't come over there to have sex. He came over there to get her, and they were going to have sex at the party, according to him.
I didn't come over here to have sex. I come over here to get the girl and go to the party, dude.
And this guy's got a mouth and an attitude.
And technically, he's right. He didn't come there to have sex. He came to get the girl and then have sex over at the block party. So, I mean, technically, he's still very wrong for it. And he should, you know, be locked up. But I'm just saying.
With Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story
You do
on
look kind of familiar.
who try to meet kids on the internet. He pulls his shirt up and has his
Ooh.
hand over
Golden moment.
It was just, again, it was one of those things that was, almost humorous the way it played out, and the guy just kept talking the whole way.
Hey man, I don't want to be on the news. You feel me?
We are filming.
I don't want to be on the news, dog.
Well, it's a little
Look
late
at
for
that
dog.
dog. And that's another thing. Like, I swear with these things, I say that so much. Like, I have changed literally the words that I have said. Just like literally from TCaP. So instead of saying dog, I say dog. It's a little late for that dog.
Now, if there's anything else you want to tell me,
No, I was in a role-playing chat room, dude. You got the phone records? You got that? Taped conversations? Do you have that?
you're not really in that much of a strong position.
I know that, man. Listen, am I being held up here?
You're not being held up. You're free to walk out that same door you
Dude,
walked
you
in.
got one?
I feel like Chris was just so aggravated with this guy. And I mean, who wouldn't be? Like, he was just so ready to get rid of him because of his attitude.
An interview? Hey, how y'all doing?
Okay. And you can walk out that door anytime you want.
Chris is trying to shoo him out. I'm sorry if you keep hearing interference with my microphone. I really hope that that's not the case, because I really don't want to re-record this. But he was like, y'all want an interview? And Chris was like, oh God, you can walk out that door right now. I don't think it was more of like him, trying to, I guess, telling him, oh, well, you have an option. Like, he wanted him to go. He was like, you can walk out the door right now. And he was so frustrated when he said that. You can tell that he wasn't saying that, just to be like, all right, you walk out the door. He was like, you can walk out that door right now. Like, he does not want him here anymore. You can tell he annoyed Chris Hansen.
Is cops out there?
I can't speak to that.
How y'all doing? NBC?
NBC.
NBC. And you're
Chris
Chris.
Hansen.
Chris
Right,
Hansen.
Let me explain something. I don't know what kind of rap y'all got on people, but this girl is in a role playing chat room.
They were not in a role-playing chat room.
Like she's 14, hey, whatever. But on the phone, the girl told me something different.
Really?
So I mean,
And you expect me to believe that?
you don't gotta believe me. You don't got to. I'm not trying to convince you, or these cameramen, or anybody else.
Who are you trying to convince?
Nobody, man.
Yourself? Again, I'm just doing a story here.
Yeah, and I truly believe what Chris Hansen said. He is only trying to convince himself, because they do have all of this stuff recorded. So at this point in time, he truly is only trying to convince himself. Did Chris just wave goodbye? I think he did. That's funny.
Chill, man. Chill, dog. Come on now.
When you're told to get on the ground, you get on the ground.
Got on the ground.
No, you didn't.
All right, hey, check me out, officer.
Schumacher has knows in trouble before, so it's not his first time in terms of liability.
Hey, Christina, pick my cigarettes up right here.
You're getting arrested. Oh my gosh. Like this, what is with this guy? Like, you're getting arrested and you're gonna be hauled off to jail. You just got outed on national television for being a predator. And then the police tackle you, your cigarettes fall on the ground, and you tell your sister to pick up your cigarettes off the ground. It's like this is an average everyday thing for them. And his sister is probably, I want to know if the sister actually picked his cigarettes off the ground. Oh gosh, I want to know if she actually went over there and picked up his cigarettes, or if the cops would have even let her. I don't think the cops would have let her, but like, she was probably like, all right, like, I've seen this 505 times. I just feel bad for her kids, to be honest.
It's not a misunderstanding. You're going to jail. And I don't think the
Father
sister
and
came
brother,
as to what was
career
going on. She was
criminals.
just trying to do her brother a favor because he had lost his license in a previous incident. And so she's way down the driveway.
Yeah, and that's the sad part. I think that the kids were crying because they've seen, like, they've probably, in their short lifespan, they've probably seen this happen so many times, because I cannot stress this enough. Like, you should really look at those videos of just his father and his brother getting arrested. Oh my gosh, I really gotta do, like, more information on this guy, because, like, in that short amount of time, I am pretty confident that that those babies, those little babies, have seen more than most kids. Like, they've had multiple run-ins with the law. So those kids, see those police officers like they do so many times. They probably seen the police officers whip out their tasers or even their guns and shoot at, the kids' loved ones, their grandfather, their uncle, both uncles. And probably, I don't know if the sister has any criminal record. She probably does. She probably doesn't. But even, their mother. And to see a whole swarm of cops, they probably think somebody's going to get arrested or somebody's going to get shot or tasered. And I think what they're saying is, I don't want to go, or I don't want to die. Which, it's so sad. It's just so tragic.
Ma'am. Ma'am. Do you have anything else in your inventory?
No.
What's going on? It's your brother?
Yeah.
You brought him here so you can have sex with a 13-year-old.
13?
Yes.
He wasn't supposed to be having
else in
sex
the car?
with her. She was just supposed to go
Answer
out
my
with us.
question. Does he have anything? Did you drop anything in the car? You get back in the car. Put your child back in the car seat. Put your child back in the car seat. You get back in the car.
Oh, geez, you don't have to get so aggressive with a woman. She was literally just trying to calm her child down. You don't have to be like, put the baby in the car seat. Put the baby in the car seat. Like, calm down. Like, she had nothing to do with it. I will say, she was like, oh, he was coming to have intercourse. He was only supposed to take her to a party. But, so, like, you knew that he was coming over here to get, like, a 13-year-old girl? Seems pretty sus, but okay.
It's unfortunate that the sister's got to go through all this. Obviously, she didn't get into any trouble.
Yeah.
Done nothing wrong. She was just trying to help out her brother.
Got 2 words for NBC.
Role-playing chat room dude.
Because, man, the girl was...
Okay, and this is one of the big controversies. Role-playing chat room. Chat room is one word, and I believe roleplay can be 1 or 2 words. So, I mean, technically, he's not wrong. So yeah.
playing. Ask the girl what she said on the phone. No, I just like to play like I'm young. I'm not really. Y'all thought y'all were
Let me get some green.
What's that for your pedophile thing?
Yeah.
Good, because
That's one of my favorite quotes. Is that for your pedophile thing?
when I get found out guilty, I'm gonna sue somebody.
Yeah, you know what? With your criminal record, I do not think they will listen to you. I don't think they're gonna take too much into consideration. I mean, you versus like NBC. Like, NBC probably has like 500 lawyers, and you probably have one that you found at the back of a comic book, for like a few nickels. And I'm not knocking you for being poor. Like, I mean, sometimes people fall on hard times, but like, I highly doubt that you're going to get a really good lawyer, a lawyer that's going to be good enough to vouch for you with all the evidence stacked against you. And the weed.
He told me she was 17.
And, the drug use and criminal history.
I haven't even laid eyes on the girl. If I knew that she was 13, I wouldn't even picked her up.
Wait. That actually doesn't make sense because at first she said sex with a girl. We were only like she didn't deny that she was 13 at first. She just said that she thought that she was going to take her to a party or whatever. She was like, so I think I don't know. I don't know her level of involvement, but it's definitely sketchy. But I wouldn't imagine because she has children um that she thought anything of it.
This is a bum rap, man. Bum rap.
Bum rap.
Does it look like I need to get 14-year-old girls? Or...
David, you got something on
Oh no, they didn't do my favorite. Does it he says, does it look like I need 13-year-old girls or does it look like I need to do year old girls? I got all kinds of girls. And honestly, I highly doubt that.
I have no problem with you, okay?
Yeah, we cool, man.
Okay, so you be cool and I'm cool, alright? Alright.
NBC again. Alright, so yeah, that was David Schumacher. My second favorite Predator. So, yeah, let me try and move this without making too much noise. I know that most of this consisted of me probably making a lot of noise and trying not to rattle my microphone. But yeah, see you guys. If you want to talk, I am on Skype and Discord. But if you really want to have like a one-on-one conversation, just literally hit me up on Skype. It's the same name. So yeah. Bye. And subscribe.